Well, just 2 weeks following its initial announcement, the name change is official. The public holiday, Labor Day, will now be renamed Randall Fox Labor Day.
While the bill was passed in the House of Assembly on April 17th, senators just yesterday gave their stamp of approval to the bill. The unanimous vote was made shortly after 5 o'clock, and it now just needs the signature of the Governor General.
This move by the government is significant as it marks the first time in Bahamian history that a holiday has been named for any Bahamian.
Government leader in the Senate, the Honorable Allison Maynard Gibson, spoke to the occasion as she wrapped up the debate.
I do thank Senator Bannister, the leader on the other side, for not putting the motion forward. And I do want to explain, because it has been now put on the record. And for those who are listening, I do think they should understand why we did not put Sir in and why we urged that it should not be upon you, that it should not. Our draftspersons have pointed out that it is not usual to draft in this way. They point out that the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium is not called the Sir Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium, that the Cecil Wallace Whitfield Building is not called the Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield Building. And one of the older draftspersons put it very simply. The person said, Attorney General, didn't your parents ever say don't ever call yourself Mr.? Meaning that you don't give yourself a title. Your title is not your name. And we Bahamians honor our man as his name, Randall Fox. I so move.
Members of the local Rastafarian community are considered a marginalized group in Bahamian society whose voices are often unheard. But today, members had the opportunity to air their concerns before the Constitutional Reform Commission. Commission members heard from 3 representatives of the community who detailed their plight of living in Bahamian society. Here's Commission member Brandis Duncanson.
Some of the provisions in the Constitution that he felt basically limited some of their rights, notably the preamble. He felt that the use of the term Christian values perhaps should be changed to moral values to give wider scope. And so his recommendation was for the expansion of that provision. He made reference to the thousands of Bahamians that subscribe to the Rastafarian faith who share in the same views that they do. And a lot of them, they're not very much visible because, you know, they're very discouraged about the way that they're treated and feeling like second-class citizens in their own country.
Radio 1's One Love Getaway kicked off with a dazzling welcome ceremony Thursday that was just a teaser for upcoming concerts to be hosted over the next few days.
Usually Radio 1 opts for a cruise getaway, but this year it took to land, bringing with it more than 2,000 visitors to the Atlantis Resort. And as Jim and Anita Swain tells us, they're here to enjoy a star-studded event.
Radio 1 decided this year, instead of a cruise, to bring its followers to the Bahamas for an inspirational getaway, bringing with it the top names in the gospel music, including Yolanda Adams, Kurt Carr, Isaac Curry, and a host of other international performers. That was just an electrifying taste of what's to come. It's also a product of the country's efforts to tap into the multi-billion-dollar religious tourism industry. Prime Minister Perry Christie told One Love organizers that events like the One Love Getaway make a direct impact into the country's economy. He reminded them that the Bahamas is the place to be.
I just want you to know that we mean everything we say when we commit ourselves to being able to work with you in a form of partnership where the relationship can go stronger and stronger, and where you could become and your enterprise become a meaningful participant in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Radio 1 is one of the largest radio broadcasting companies in the United States, only operating 54 broadcast stations in 16 urban markets in the United States. Head of Radio 1 Media Enterprise Kathy Hughes said 8 years ago bad weather diverted their cruise to Nassau, and the inspiration of that evening stuck with her. She says this weekend has much to offer.
This weekend just isn't about music, although this was a wonderful kickoff. Bishop Ellis has been so instrumental in helping connect us. He was our introduction formally to the government. But we do seminars. Saturday morning, we're doing marriage vows renewals. We have some 250 people that are going to, couples that are going to renew their vows.
Senior executive with the Ministry of Tourism, Kandani Campbell-Moss, says events like this one bode well for the country.
If we can have long-term business like this over the next 4 or 5 years, every other year they would find a destination to come to. This is something for them to speak to another destination about, or another group of persons about, to say, come to the islands of the Bahamas.
Prime Minister Perry Christie suggested to Radio 1 organizers to host its next venue in Grand Bahama. The event ends on May 5th. Shumanita Swain, ZNS Network News.
The group Women Unite hosted its Heroes Ownership Summit and Global Awards ceremony today at the Wyndham Nassau Resort. A group of prominent women from the Bahamas and abroad gathered this morning to inspire and assist women in their social, spiritual, and economic development. While lauding the achievements of women, Social Services Minister Melanie Griffin says further advancement and empowerment will only happen when women unite.
It is outrageous that in today's world, with all its technological advancements, that in some workplaces where women have the same qualifications as men, they are paid less. We must speak out and insist that qualifications, not gender, should determine appointments and salaries. I am also speaking about the unacceptable high level of gender-based violence globally and indeed in our very own beloved Bahamas, and the need to share information with women about preventing and protecting themselves from domestic violence and sexual abuse.
Participants heard from international female pioneers like founder and CEO of TV1 Kathy Hughes and Lisa Price, the founder of leading beauty hair care line Carol's Daughter. Female parliamentarians like Alison Maynard Gibson and Loretta Butler Turner also participated, along with trailblazers Janet Bostwick, Italia Johnson, and wife of the Prime Minister, Mrs. Bernadette Christie. Also on hand for the event was former ambassador to the Bahamas, Nicole Avant, who was honored during the Global Awards ceremony.
It's always an honor. It's always great to come back home. And Debbie Bartlett called and said she was putting together this conference, and she told me what it was going to be about, and empowerment and inspiring people, motivating people, and then she told me who was going to be on the panel. So I had to be here. So it's great. It's great, and I hope today goes really well. And it's, you know, they are doing something to honor the, Bahamian citizens who are doing such great work in their respective fields, and for that I'm extremely grateful.
Coming up, Temple Christian shows a group of teachers how much they mean to students.
And a new development on One Family Island has something to do with teachers. We'll explain coming up. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Shumanita Swain. 229 businesses qualified for relief under the $15 million compensation plan designed to bring relief to businesses adversely impacted by the roadworks project. Minister of State for Finance Michael Alkita said 248 businesses applied for assistance, and he was satisfied with the success of the project and the jobs that were saved. The minister added that of the $15 million allocated, $3 million was set aside for microloans to assist with operational costs such as inventory replenishment. The Radio One Love Getaway is expected to pump hundreds of thousands of dollars into the economy over the next few days. The event, which attracts the top names in the gospel music industry, has brought with it more than 2,000 visitors. This as the group opted to hold its getaway at the Atlantis Resort instead of its usual cruise. Prime Minister Perry Christie officially opened the event. He told One Love organizers that he looks forward to the relationship growing stronger, and he suggested Grand Bahama as the venue for One Love's next getaway. And two resorts made the 2013 list for the Caribbean's 10 best golf resorts. Making the cut were the one and only Ocean Club course on Paradise Island. It's the home of the Michael Jordan Invitational. Sandals Emerald Reef Resort in Great Exuma debuted on the list. 6 of the holes on the course run along the coastline. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jamita Swing.